Hi, obviously I'm not an artist, and I'm back with the Blood Angels, and I'm back in the motor pool. In this vlog, I'm going to be discussing the Space Marine Vindicator. The Vindicator is a siege tank built on the Mark II Rhino chassis. That being said, there is an earlier edition built on the Mark I Rhino plastic kit with metal parts to create the main gun, known as the Demolisher Cannon. And even prior to that, some wargamers had attempted some conversions. And there are also some alternatives, such as the Vindicator Laser Destroyer, which is available as a Horus Heresy and formerly Forgeworld product. They are nice looking, but they don't have the siege shield, which is the big old shovel on the front. The shield has had lots of in-game uses based on the addition, ranging from increased saving throws to having the ability to shoot the cannon in close combat. To the best of my knowledge, siege tanks have never really been a thing in real-life warfare. Speaking of real-life tanks, I was curious how the fictional tanks of the 41st millennium stack up compared to the 21st century tanks. Now, I haven't painted a battle tank for a while, so maybe a siege tank compared to a battle tank won't provide anything of note, but let's have a look at it anyway. So the dimensions of the Vindicator are as follows: 7.5 meters in length, 4.5 meters in width, 3.6 meters in height, and a weight of 42 tons. Now compare this to today's M1 Abrams, which is 8 meters in length, 3.7 meters in width, 2.4 meters in height, and a weight of between 54 to 67 tons. So the Vindicator is wider and taller, but the M1 is longer and heavier. I honestly expected the future sci-fi tank for superhumans to be considerably upscaled. Not only that the M1's top speed is 70 kilometers per hour against the Vindicator's 64 kilometers per hour. Whoa, look at it go! Vindicators can also be used by traitor Space Marine armies. To the best of my knowledge, the kits aren't particularly different, just extra spikes, livery, icons and accessories. Let's take a look at my Blood Angels Vindicator. I actually purchased, built and undercoated it back in 2021, but only completed it this year. After the undercoat, I used the panel liner to create the shadows and the recess and crevices in and between the armour plates. I did keep the siege shield separate and assembled it later. Usual paints and techniques are used as on previous vehicles, such as Ironbreaker for steels, Retributor armour for golds, and Evensol Scarlet and Wildrider Red for edge highlights. There are a lot of accessories that can be mounted onto the roof of canopies, such as a searchlight, smoke launchers, pinned and mounted storm bolter, and a hunter-killer missile. The only one I elected to keep was the launchers. The crane and spare shell mounted to the tank's rear was a pain to assemble and paint due to it being so brittle. However, it does look cool. Now, lenses on helmets and viewing ports on vehicles I feel are surprisingly important to a model's look. As the old saying goes, the lenses and viewports are windows to the soul. Anyway, I originally did this with a bright silver under a technical paint to create a shimmering blue-green effect, but I seem to outgrow this. I now use a black base, then gradually add layers of increasing brighter blues or greens from the halfway, then adding a white dot or two based on the size of the surface. I think I will revisit this model in future, and probably the entire motor pool, for some weathering effects. I weather my terrain, I build, but very little else. Also, many images and Vindicators online include the black and yellow hazard chevrons. I'd like to perform this, but I feel I would need some specialist hobby supplies and a bit more courage. Thanks for watching. As I continue to chronicle the collecting, constructing and creating, you can like, comment and subscribe if you feel inclined to do so.